Hi, this is Bill. I'm going to do a quick blab tonight. And I'm going to go through two questions. What is timelines of success? And the second one is, how do I get interviewed? So those two backgrounds, first of all, timelines of success is a 7-day-a-week netcast. Basically, we take a blab, we turn it into, after we do it, we turn it into YouTube, a blog, and then a podcast by the end of the day, 7 days a week. There are three different formats. All the podcasts that are created are on the same RSS feed. So you catch them on timelinesofsuccess.com. You can go and look at the different formats. So Monday through Saturday, we record at 9 a.m. And then on Sunday, we do 6 p.m. 6 p.m. shows a little different. It's called Politics of Success. But 4 of the shows during the week are timelines, which are timelines about people basically who never give up, have interesting stories, are entrepreneurs. Some are from the greatest generation. They do all sorts of things. Some are politicians. So interesting stories about interesting people. We go through different formats. We have a basic format where we start and we talk a little bit about the person, the background, and who they are. Then we talk about life and success principles. And finally, a short commercial for that person. So why would you want to do this? First of all, it's really nice to get an oral history from somebody to keep. My very first interview was Earl Conrad, my uncle. That's interview 01. He was at Guadalcanal as a P-39 pilot. It's a wonderful, beautiful story. Some of my others are about business people, some good and the bad, and things that happen and the hard work that they go through to succeed. One common thing about the people I like to interview is they have tenacity and they never give up. So how do you get interviewed? First of all, the easiest way is just send me an email at bill@conradteam.com. Or better yet, go to Timelines of Success, and off to the right, there's a Blab tab. On that Blab tab, you can come in and watch a show live at 9 a.m. And around 10, come up and introduce yourself to me. So you can watch the show without getting an account, but an easy way to get a Blab account is just take your Twitter account, sign in through Twitter, and Blab sets up pretty fast and easy. And the other thing about Blab, it's a new type of social media. It's an interactive streaming social media. That's why I call it Netcast now. I was doing podcasts. In fact, Podcaster's Home is one of my brands. But with this new Blab platform, a lot of people may never ever need to do a podcast. But what we do is, again, we take the Blab, we upload to YouTube right away, create a blog, and then we do a little bit of editing and make a nice, clean podcast. So that's what I do every day. It's a lot of work. It's 7 days a week. I mean, this is a lot of work, folks. It takes me about 4.5 hours to produce a show every day. But there's a lot to the show, and it covers a lot of different platforms. So I think I've talked enough on this Blab. I'm just doing it fast. I'm going to go ahead and make a nice screen flow of some of this information. Oh, one last thing. I always have one last thing and one last question. If you're scheduled to do a Blab with me, which a netcast, I really recommend you come in and watch some and get on Blab ahead of time and play with it. It's not too hard, but really strongly recommend you do that. It's amazing too. Blab does a pretty good job with sound. I found that even some laptops have given me good and adequate sound to do a great podcast. Though I've got one recommendation. I do have a resources tab on the Timelines of Success, which will take you to Netcasting 101. Got two things. The ATR 2100 is an excellent mic to use. And there's a stand for about $32. You get those two things and you can be a super expert on doing this type of new social media online face-to-face. So I will see you on Blab. And by the way, on Blab and on Netcast. That's how we get to know, like, and trust each other. So come up, see you at 9 o'clock a.m. daily, Monday through Saturday, and Sunday night for Politics of Success.